Hi, YouTube.
Hey, YouTube friends and family, it's your boy GB Reviews, and today we are doing a special lamb chili. That's right, lamb chili. I'm not sure if you've ever had chili with any meats other than beef or with pork, but this time we're gonna do a lamb chili just because I wanted to do something different for my friends out there who, don't eat beef, they can eat lamb. My friends who eat halal, Costco had on sale. They had fresh ground lamb from New Zealand, which is halal. So we're gonna make a lamb chili today. We're gonna spice it up. I'm gonna move the camera down just so you can see. We're gonna spice it up. I got a lot of peppers, We're gonna use white onion, salt, pepper, Mexican style chili pepper. We're gonna use diced tomatoes, some cayenne pepper, and then we have a can of diced tomatoes as well. So we're gonna use fresh diced tomatoes and a can of diced tomatoes. We're gonna use some more diced tomatoes, and we're gonna use tomato paste, salt and pepper. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna let you see me do it. We'll chop everything up just so you know, and then you'll know. And then for the kind of the finishing touches, we're gonna use some pepper jack cheese on the top, and we're gonna use some Kerrygold Select cheese. So we're using Cabot's the Vermont cheese and Kerrygold Reserve cheddar cheese to give us that kind of sharp cheese taste. And that's, I tell people, it doesn't matter what ingredients you use, but you wanna make sure you use fresh ingredients or premium ingredients. Oh, I forgot to also mention, we're gonna use some spring onions and some cilantro, which I have in the refrigerator right now. But we're gonna cut up everything. We're gonna go through it. I'll let you see me do it quickly just because it just takes a long time to cut up stuff. So we're gonna put it in fast mode. You'll see me cut up everything, and then we'll go through some of the cooking steps. So the cooking steps that you will see, and again, that's gonna be fast as well, is you're gonna have to brown and separate your lamb. You'll do that on a pot or a pan on the stove with I'm gonna use olive oil today. We're gonna do that. We're gonna separate it all out. We're gonna put our diced onions in there. We're gonna cook all that together just a little bit. You don't wanna really cook it, you just wanna cook it slightly. And then we're gonna throw everything in our crock pot. We're gonna leave it in the crock pot for about 25 minutes. That'll make it come out just really nice, and blend it. And then you don't put your cheese on until after it's done. It'll still be hot. We'll have our grated cheese, and we'll just throw it on there, and it'll just make it all nice, kind of gooey mess. So with that, oh, and the other thing you need, if you don't have it already, is you want some beef broth, and I have beef broth in the refrigerator. So anyway, with that, let's get crack-a-lackin'. So the next step, that now that we put everything in, we've cooked our onions, we've cooked our lamb, is that we're gonna put everything in the Instapot. We're gonna put everything in the Instapot. And so with the stuff going into the Instapot, we're gonna, before we start to cook it, you need to like taste it. So I've already added some kidney beans. I've added diced tomatoes fresh and a can of diced tomatoes. And now what I'm gonna add is some tomato paste. We're gonna add our beef broth. We're gonna add our onions, and we're gonna add our lamb, which has been cooked already. So we'll know a little bit how it tastes, and we're gonna spice it a little bit beforehand. You'll have an opportunity once it's done to do a little bit more spicing to kind of get it right where you want it. But you want it as much as possible. You want to get it close. You also have 1/4 a cup of sugar that we're using to offset some of the taste. And then we're gonna put our fresh cilantro in there. We're gonna put our fresh green onions, the white parts, to cook in the crock pot when it cooks, because we didn't want to cook our onions down like this. We wanted these onions to be kind of caramelized. I'm going to show you really briefly the Instapot, just with the stuff in there. I'm not going to show you me mixing it just because that's kind of complicated, but we're going to put it in there and then you'll see. As you can see from what's in here already, we mixed the beans in. I just have to put in chili peppers, some beef broth, the meat obviously, and then we're gonna let all this cook down. But you wanna taste all of this beforehand before you start the cooking process. That'll give you kind of an indication of what it'll taste like, and then you won't have to season it as much after it's finished cooking down. So with that, and then we're gonna put this, just so you know, we're gonna put it on the Instapot. We're not gonna have to cook it because we already cooked the meat and everything. We're only gonna have to cook it about 12 minutes for it to be done. So I'll come back to you when this part is done. All right, YouTube friends, we got to the end of it. You saw some pictures, you definitely saw the plating. And then I made it with a slice of just marbled rye bread. It's a good offset for the taste of the chili. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna dip it, we're gonna taste it, see what it tastes like. That's really good. Again, this is my recipe, so I'll refine this over time. The lamb hits a little different than the beef, and also the peppers. I cooked them in a pressure cooker, but I wanted them to be a little bit harder, so I just let the pressure cooker cook them. If I wanted them to be a little bit softer, I could probably cook them for slightly longer, but with this amount of cooking, they're perfect. The chili, very good. What I did, the last step that I didn't show you, is I added the cheese that I grated. I grated the premium cheddar, and the pepper jack, and then I just dropped it in there and mixed it in. And then, of course, when you're serving, you want to use a zester, and then you want to grate finely cheese for when you're serving with folks. But it's pretty easy, pretty simple. It turned out really well. It's not spicy like you would think. If you wanted it really spicy, you'd break your peppers apart, and then put the seeds in there. But typically when you cook peppers, the heat of the peppers goes down. Most people don't know that, but raw peppers tend to be hotter. But that's it. Thank you for rocking with me. Again, this is another GB original meal. If you need instructions on how to make it, you can just hit me in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for taking this journey. Please hit the like button for the algorithm. Hit the notification bell so you can see when new meals come out. And again, if you have meals that you want me to cook, put it in the comments below. So subscribe and like below. Lamb chili.
Subscribe right below.